Good morning, friends. It's canning day, which means we're canning syrup. It means we put it in jugs, we put it in glass, we take it from the barrel, we heat it up, we put it in smaller containers for y'all to buy. So anyway, it's canning day. At the end of my last video, which if you're brand new here, welcome, my name is Charlotte. I mentioned that we'd be doing this and kind of like going through our inventory of whatever syrup we have left for this year, because the new syrup season is right around the corner. It's going to be upon us, where all the fresh syrup's getting made, and we just like to make sure that like we know what we got from year to year, you know? So anyway, we're primarily canning jugs today, mostly medium dark, maybe a little bit of very dark. Also, if you're brand new here, new to maple syrup, there are 4 grades of maple syrup, 4 shades, if you will: light, medium dark, very dark. Everybody has their own preference. They all get bought. They all cost the same. They just have a little bit of a different flavor profile. So these are the finishing pans. Right in between them is the filter press. So this is the old filter press, as in the papers are old from the last time we canned. So what I'm gonna do is, I just started doing it and figured I'd pick up the camera and talk to you guys. I'm gonna crack the press, which means I'm gonna separate all these plates so that any syrup that's stuck in the filters can drain into this pan, and then we can just like reheat that syrup and use that syrup so we don't waste it. And then I will put a fresh press together. So new filter papers, and these are the pans that the syrup gets heated up in to can. So it'll get pumped over to the canner, which you guys will see. That's pretty much what we end up doing most of the day while canning, is standing by the canner. So it comes out of the canner, we fill the jugs for hours. Anyway, we picked the warmest day of the week to do this because when we can syrup, we have to open this big door into the main restaurant slash shop. And this room where we make maple syrup with the evaporators is not heated. So we like to equalize the temperatures once we have like the syrup cooking, because the syrup cooking really heats it up in here. Plus the canner is filled with hot water, so that also helps warm up the other room. But I say the warmest day of the week as in it might reach 30 today. I was looking at the 10-day. Oh, and also if you're new here, I ramble and I'm a weather girl. I like to talk about the weather every day. That's pretty much a farmer thing, I think, but just so you know, I'm your weather girl. 10-day is like nothing above like 15. Excuse me. And what? I feel like I just swallowed something. The 10-day is like nothing above 15, and honestly lots of negatives. I'm very sad for my cows that live outside, and I think I'm gonna have to break out the bibs. I had like a couple different pairs of bibs from when I was pregnant last year that mostly because my pants didn't fit, but they're also very warm, so I'm thinking I'm gonna break those out in this coming week. So if you see the bibs come out, that's why. Anyway, let's get this press cracked. Good start. I'll just like separate all these guys and then kind of do it again. Make sure we get all of the syrup out. See how it starts? Even while it's really, really cold back here, it starts coming out because syrup doesn't freeze. Hence why we store the barrels out back. That's good. Let that drain for a while. Okay, we're gonna go bring water out to the chickens. This is my work Stanley, a home Stanley and a work Stanley, because I'm that girl. And I guess I'll bring the ash bucket also. Usually I bring 2 water buckets out, you know, farmer carry, but with the weather being so cold, the other one just freezes before I get to use it. So I've been bringing 1 bucket out at a time. But yeah, I'll just bring the ash bucket in my other hand and we'll go dump that, which I love the wood stove, you guys. I mean, at home, I don't know if I'd love it as much because of like the smoke in my house, but in here like we don't care as much. And obviously we have lots of wood with all of the woods that we have. And the ash too is like, I'm pretty sure is good for the compost. So I always go out and dump it on the compost. Cause like, you know how when there's like forest fires and everything and like everything really grows from the ashes, I'm pretty sure they say that because there's actual like nutrients and stuff in the ashes, and we always mix it into our compost. I digress. We're gonna go take care of the chickens real quick and get back inside. Getting a touch of snow. Looks like my cows are headed back on the hill. Honestly, today's weather is kind of a reprieve for them because it feels, I want to say warm compared to the other days. Almost 30 feels like a heat wave right now. Snowy cows. Not a snow shovel, but it's what I have close by. Have you guys ever tried shoveling one-handed while holding the camera? This is what it looks like. You know what one of my biggest fears is, you guys? So our chicken feeder, we hang it on a hook. And sometimes I like grab it and think that I lift it up. Like I think I got it off the hook. And I start walking away and it's like still hooked. And my biggest fear, well not my biggest fear, but one of my fears is that I'm just gonna keep walking and then I'm gonna like fling backwards because it's not actually unhooked and I'm gonna like land in the chicken shit. I just feel like that would totally suck. So anyway, like sometimes I just think that I got it and I didn't get it. Excuse me. So we just clean the filter press with water. And when I take these plates apart to get the filters off, put it on top of this bucket. And I push through the center to get both of them off. But this, what's in between these filters is what gets filtered out. It's mostly sugar sand, which is just like sediment in the raw syrup, or in the raw sap and stuff that just, you know, would just sit at the bottom of the jugs if we didn't filter it out. So that's the job of the filters. And then these are what go in the sink to get rinsed off. Alright, I just finished cleaning these plates. The absolute most important thing about the filter press is putting it back together the correct way. So all of these little nubs, I always clean them and line them up on the same corner, same side. Same thing with these guys. And that way when I pick it up and hang it back on the press, they're all facing the same direction. The bad thing about putting the press back together wrong is that the press will blow, which is just the worst. If the press blows, it means the syrup's not filtering through correctly and the whole purpose of the filters is shot. So getting it put back together and put it together tight will keep it from blowing. Getting it put back together in the correct order, correct side, and very, very tight is what keeps the press from blowing. I will say though, putting the press together is something that you do so many times as a syrup producer that it's like so uncomplicated and you do it so many times, that's when you make a mistake. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like so simple and so mundane, so then you're just kind of like doing it and then do it a million times and then that's when you like stop paying attention. So still gotta pay attention. Somebody's awake. Hi. What's Grandma doing? Filling the canner. What's Grandma doing? had Lainey. I'm gonna restock the seltzer while the syrup is heating up in the canner. In case anyone is wondering, no, I'm not yet sponsored by Polar. If anybody knows anybody at the Polar Company, feel free to mention my name. Although I have to say, I was at our local grocery store the other day, and I can't remember the name of it, but there is a new made in New York seltzer that's being sold at our local grocery store, and they had a mango flavor, like straight mango. And I've told you guys before that mango is like my favorite thing. I love mango flavored things. I don't necessarily eat a lot of mangoes themselves, but like mango White Claw, whatever, mango candy, whatever. Polar doesn't have a straight mango. They have like a blackberry mango. I don't love it. I feel like if they had a straight mango, it would be really good. Anyway, this New York seltzer that was straight mango was really good. So I don't know where my loyalties lie sometimes when it comes to mango. Are you helping? So, here we are, canning. Starting with the big sizes. So, speaking of maple syrup, copyrighted. So, speaking of maple syrup, somebody just called to reserve 5 gallons of the first run of maple syrup this season, which he's not the only person that does that. I think other people have said that. So everybody that's been enjoying maple syrup for most of their lives knows when the season is coming and they want the fresh stuff, which is very exciting. We're also excited for the fresh stuff, but I wouldn't say this tastes any less good just because it's older.
No. Just the first run on the light syrup is
Special.
the whole timer's favorite. She can't say that.
Why?
Because people can buy a whole bunch. There's always a limited supply. Because we use it for
So it's like
candy and cream
exclusive.
and granulated.
Yeah. Good morning, friends. It's the next day and it is also Friday. So, got to get the shop cleaned up today. There's stuff everywhere, including tables full of syrup from canning yesterday. And a whole hallway full of our glass. So my dad went to Albany and picked up a big glass order for us, like all of the glass that we use for products. So we need to get this organized and put away, get breakfast prepped, label syrup, and get ready for the coldest night of the winter. It's supposed to be like -12 tonight. I'm curious to see exactly how cold it really gets, but that really, really cold weather is starting today. Mom made a batch of maple ketchup, which I feel like is one of our secret products. Like, not everybody knows about it, but people that buy it buy like 6 bottles at a time. As usuals, we've got the pot of potatoes boiling, and Mom is just starting on sausage gravy. Decided to actually make some hard-boiled eggs for anyone and everyone to have for lunch. I guess my dad or whoever walks in the door. Cooling right now before I peel them. And then I just finished packing a couple bins of the granola, so I'm gonna go stock the shelf. Gravy sausage is floured up and ready for milk. Oh my god, it smells amazing, you guys. Our sausage is just so good, our breakfast sausage. An update on the glass. Mom's gotten most of it put away. Good job, Mom.
Don't you love my outfit?
She's self-conscious about her outfit because she's wearing gray and black and brown.
My raggy sweatshirt.
It's okay. I am doing a little re-merchandising, so I've been boxing up more of our towel sets, which takes longer than you would think because I have to fold all of the towels just the right way to get them to fit into these boxes, but I love the way the towels came out. In case you guys missed it, these are available online in the farm shop. So anyway, makes a really nice gift, or if you just feel like treating yourself, they're just really nice quality flour sack towels, so they're nice and big and they're really absorbent. They're literally our favorite kind of towel. We knew that when we made a kitchen towel, we were not going to compromise. Like, we don't really like a lot of the ones that you buy at the store, like at TJ Maxx and stuff. They're just not our favorite kind of towel. So when we got our own branded towels, we just really wanted to get it right. Happy Saturday, you guys. Just a weekend update. Eric just went and got 4 tons of pellets while it's 0 degrees. Hi friends, checking in from my garage at home. It's probably not news that there's a big snowstorm, at least if you live in like our half of the country. I'm pretty sure it's impacting a lot of different states. Currently projected says like 22 to 29 inches for us. They're always wrong about snow, but we'll see. Either way, we'll probably have to do some snow removal home, over at the rental house, etc. Anyway, so continuing on about the pellets, Eric picked up 4 pallets of pellets, and we usually stack them on a big wall in the garage, just so that we have the rest of this floor space free for either parking my vehicle or the gym equipment, etc. So anyway, I'm going to continue on with stacking these because this morning Eric and I started spackling the hallway and kitchen. The house is very old, so we're not doing new drywall at this time. We're just kind of fixing a bunch of cracks and then picking out new paint colors because I've had spackle on the walls from like when we first moved in, and now it needs more tape and spackle, and I'm just ready to move on with that. You know, I want to like see some nice clean walls when I'm in my house. So anyway, we just figured since, you know, it's like the slower season of the year, we should just get started on that now that I'm not like exhausted and pregnant and Lainey's, you know, not as needy. So yada, yada, yada. He's just moved on to like one big spot that he's spackling that I can't really help with. So long story short, I'm going to continue on with stacking pellets. This is what the snow is looking like so far. Can't really see much because it's just white, but it's definitely coming down. It's just really fine snow, so we'll have to see what it accumulates to. got all but 2/3 of this pallet, or maybe half, stacked up here. So altogether there's about 4 pallets on the wall, and then because we had some already, and then this will just feed off of, we have a pellet stove upstairs and downstairs, so we'll just carry these in and fill up those little storage spots inside. And yeah. Okay, having a little afternoon pick-me-up in my Uline cup. Too bad I don't have my Uline socks on while the storm continues. It's pretty bad visibility. Eric just went out to do, oh there he is, his first pass of plowing. Just because it's not really worth waiting till it's over if you're gonna get stuck. I mean, we might get up to 30 inches. So he's getting some of it out of the way now. Good morning, friends. It's a beautiful sunny morning. I guess we're carrying this vlog all the way through the snowstorm. Comment below if you guys were in the stretch of the country that got snow. I heard there was like devastating ice down south, and honestly I think we got like a little bit less than they projected. Like, I don't think we got 2.5 feet. Maybe we got more like 2 feet. I don't know. Anyway, we're headed to the farm. First we have to pick up chicken food and some black sunflower seeds for the chickens to peck at while we have like really cold temperatures this week. There's a bunch of days where the lows are just like -7, -10, -12. So yeah, they need a little extra fats to keep them going. So I'm gonna pick up those things on the way to work, and then it's hot sauce day. So I will check back in when we're cutting up the peppers. I think I'm actually gonna have my mom hang out in the house with Lainey, because you guys, the hot sauce that I make is so damn hot that like the baby can't be in the building because the fumes make you cough so much and are so intense. Like that, if you are looking for a hot sauce, that is it. That should tell you how spicy that is. So anyway, it's hot sauce day. I just was gonna show you guys the snow piles we got going on from all of Eric's plowing and what the snow is looking like. Wish we could go riding, honestly, but to make extensive plans to go snowmobiling when we have Lainey, so maybe we'll figure something out. But it's a beautiful morning, so we're heading to work. Alright, just about to unload the chicken food, but check out the snow pile by the chicken house, you guys. Thankfully Sam left me a little bit of room to get in the door. Okay, I am mid chopping right now. It's kind of chill, like kind of a quiet day, post-storm, watching a little YouTube, and I'm on to my hot peppers. These are still partially frozen, but it really doesn't matter. I just have to de-stem them and make sure I at least poke a hole in them and or cut them in half, because I worry that they'll like explode in the pot when they get hot, and since they're so spicy, like I don't want any explosions going on. So gonna prep the hot peppers now. I'm gonna put gloves on, and then my chopping will be done. I'm doing mild and hot, so by the time I'm done chopping the rest of the peppers, these pots will be like full to the top, and then they'll cook down and we'll get blending. Oh my god, even frozen, you guys, it's like the fumes are crazy. I don't even know, these peppers are so hot. They're not even the hottest peppers that there are in the world. I just, for some reason, the habaneros get me. Like, if you can't tell, I broke the bibs out. Today is a high of 7, and we're just kind of getting what we need to get done in the South House today, and then calling it a day, because we don't need to make like the building super hot today, honestly. So I'm just getting this stuff on the stove and decided to wear my bibs, because I mean, even just going outside multiple times a day when it's 7, sometimes jeans just don't cut it. Lots of hot sauce. Okay, you guys, do we love a face-to-face? I've literally just been doing orders for the afternoon that I was catching up on for the last 3 days. I think people like to shop when they're like snowed in, but also really glad our Valentines are well received. That's fun. If you guys haven't checked out the Valentines, there's just a couple items, cute little pink and white, and you know. I'm gonna go take care of the chickens, bring them some water. I can't leave water out there anymore because it just freezes solid, of course. So I'm gonna bring them some fresh water. And Lainey's just been hanging with Gma in the house today, which is cool. I've just been running the shop by myself, and they're having a little house day, which I love. So I'm gonna go snatch her. Maybe she might be napping, but either way, I'll throw her in the car. And we'll head home. I'm gonna make a roast chicken tonight. We have these nice little local chickens that are processed by our friend. They're USDA, and they're all like, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 pounds. So I defrosted one a couple days ago. I'm gonna throw it in the oven tonight with some lemon, white wine, butter, all that, herbs. Cook that up and get this video edited. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. It was kind of a different one, like over the weekend. Let me know if you guys like the video. Give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys really soon for the next video.